following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Yo, 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 what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on the Wheels. Welcome everyone to the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, live edition of the season finale of Commission Talks. I'm excited, man. What's going on with everybody? Appreciate everyone tuning in here on the 11:30 podcast, Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you're new to the podcast, if you're new to the show, definitely do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share it, and definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Like it, leave a comment, do all that great stuff, and don't forget to follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, like I said, man, we about to get into it, man. It's the season finale of Commission Talks, man. I'm not alone, man. I got the guys that's going to be joining me here on this week's episode of Commission Talks, man. Yes, early in the season, we had our great pal Eric the Joker joining us on Commission Talks. So on this season finale, we're gonna bring back Eric the Joker here on the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling Commission Talks edition. Eric the Joker standing by. What's going on? What's going on?
Boys, you thought I'd miss this? There's no way in hell I was going to miss this one for y'all. Folks, we're going to dive into it today, baby. But guess what? We've only just gotten started. Dre, how you doing, my friend?
Hey man, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How's everything, man? How life been for you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Wrapped up my season on Saturday. If you didn't, check it out on the OTTR network. Also, check out all those great other shows as well. Check out the archives. And we had a little surprise announcement on Last Week in Wrestling and on my show that you might want to check it out because it's definitely going to be worth it.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely, you guys, man, check out the Wrestling Asylum, man, starring Eric the Joker, man. Also, that's joining us here on Commission Talks on this week's episode. We got my guy Maverick in the building. Maverick,
What's
what's going
going
on with
on?
you?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, yo, Dre, Papa Willie for me, dog. I'm
Hey,
kidding.
hey, man, that's the signature right there. Got to pop a Willie, man.
That's
How's
gonna be my
everything?
new line for you, And everything's going well, man. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm on Commission Talks, and one of my favorite shows on Wednesday, besides
Okay.
besides Dynamite.
Okay, that's what's up. It's Wednesday. It's time for commission talks. Also, you guys, man, we got my guy Warren Marlowe, the host of Buzzing with Marlowe, that's going to be joining back in. He stepped out for just a bit, and also we got my guy Blackheart. I believe he's going to be joining in. Also here on the season finale of Commission Talks, though. But we're gonna start it off, and we're gonna jump it off with we was just talking about before we came on the air. We was talking about AEW Double or Nothing that took place Sunday night. And Maverick, I hated to cut you off though, but you want to finish your thoughts and what was your opinion on Double or Nothing this past Sunday?
So my main issue with AEW, don't get me wrong, I have about 2 points that I want to make about AEW. But don't get me
Okay.
wrong, really, really great company. Tony Khan, you're doing your thing. My problem is that he underutilizes all his talent, and he thinks that having the same people wrestling is always going to work for them. And then also, they just try to do too much at once. That's always been my main problem with AEW. If it'd be different if there was maybe more people wrestling, but you guys, they keep signing all these people, and when they sign all these people, they don't even use them right. They have horrible storylines for half of their roster, and it's bothering me a little bit. So I think that's my main issue with AEW. Other than that, I mean, the pay per view was good except for the main event.
Okay, okay. Eric?
Okay, so I'm going to kind of concur with Mav on this. So the one thing that I noticed with AEW, like he said, you sign a lot of these big names or other names that are becoming well known, and then you're not doing anything well with them. Prime example was Andrade. Now, yes, we know he got hurt. We know he had some personal shit to deal with, but now you've got Collision. So how are we going to use him? Miro is another example. So what are we going to do from there? The biggest issue that I have with AEW, I'm not saying that it's a bad company. They're doing fine. My issue is you now have a loaded roster. You need to start doing something. And to be honest, some things Tony has dropped the ball on, but that's learning pains. I won't say that it's not. My biggest issue, some matches should not be a main event match. Prime example was the other night, Anarchy in the Rules should have been midway through the night. The main event was the World Championship. That's how it should be every fucking time. Period. No excuses. The only one time I could see it being an excuse was the time in New Japan where you had the Intercontinental Championship, and that story kind of take precedence over the World Championship. That was a one-off, but guess what? World Championship always at the end. Period. And what those four men did Sunday over the World Championship, that should have been on last. That is the one thing that pissed me off more than anything is Tony Khan, stop thinking certain matches should be in the main event when you damn well know the main event should always be for the World Championship unless you got a white hot storyline. And I mean white fucking hot. That's all.
I mean,
that's the best thing I could say.
I can say that he does do one thing good though, is that he puts that championship up for grabs every pay per view. You ain't getting no Roman Reigns at every other pay per view. You're getting a championship fight every pay per view, and I like that because you're gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like I like that how the championships are always being defended. It's not one night we're off and then one night we're on, or 1 week we're off and 1 week we're off. You know?
Yeah. Okay. I get what you guys saying, man. I respect both of you guys' opinion, though. Yes, AEW does sign a whole lot of uh, former WWE superstars, or just have a whole lot of guys that they are not doing nothing with. Eric said two guys' names that I haven't seen on television in a long time. Miro and Andrade and a few other people, though. So, yeah, and a couple of these stories need to, culminate together and fall through. Or maybe I'm just maybe not, catching them all good. But far as the pay per view goes, though, uh, the biggest thing that stood out to me was Jade Cargill losing the TBS championship. Now, congratulations to Jade Cargill, and also congratulations to Bianca Belair, who was two of the most dominant reigning African American women's wrestlers in pro wrestling to hold a world championship or hold the title for a long amount of time though, and I thought that stood out. I mean, I didn't think she was going to entirely uh when the match who she had, I forgot who she faced though, but I was like
Are you talking
uh
Asuka or Taya Valkyrie?
yeah, Tyler Valkyrie. Yeah, yeah, her. I didn't think that she was going to win, but I thought this was going to be the right night for Jay Cargill to lose, and out came the return of Chris Statlander, and we seen a new champion in that too. So I think that was the biggest thing that stood out. A couple of stuff I was scratching my head on. Like Sabu going off the top rope, but almost like
Cut my camera
killing
off
themselves
just for
and
that
like
reaction. I'm cutting my camera off for that.
I was like, really? Like, come on, Sabu.
Yep.
I don't think you really needed to do that at all, though. But the battle royal
He's
was
got a new
nice.
hip. Why not? He tried to
I,
do it with a broken hip, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
I feel like Warlow could have, that huge spot that he did the swanton off of the ladder. Man, I get he was trying to take out Luchasaurus, but I think that should have been Christian. That huge highlight moment that he was doing. But other than that, though, the main event was a little weird to me. But you know,
Hey, it's about time that, hey, I'm sorry, excuse me, but it's about time that, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair get their props, whether if it's us or somebody else. I agree
Mhm.
with you 100%, Dre. It's about damn time.
For me, I have to say, Bianca, I was kind of shocked she lost because to me, I went,
Why? Because the Night
where are we
Champions.
gonna where do we see the next phase for Bianca? Because I thought we were just hitting a really good stride for her.
But,
We
well, I
were
mean, she had to lose, though, because the titles, I mean, she got drafted to SmackDown.
true, and you don't want to do that stupid thing where they just handed each other the belts that one time. You
But,
didn't
I
want to go
mean,
through that mess.
but Rhea
Now,
also
as
is
far
still
as
on SmackDown.
right now, as far as Jade is, I'm not gonna knock the girl for putting in the work. She has, but the story, this 60-0 thing, it was time. The right person came back to do it, which was what they had planned to begin with before Statlander got hurt. Now Jade can take some time off that she has well earned and is overdue for, and that I am very excited to see that upon her return after her time off, she will go for the big one for the Women's World Champion because she is ready. She's proven she can hang. She's proven she can continue to put in the work. I think time now has come to put her to the ultimate test. She has done a tremendous job with what she's done. She has built a great heel. Will they turn her baby face? I doubt it. You'd never know. But
Ooh.
overall, Jade, congratulations, girl. You did a great job as the inaugural champion. I foresee great things in the future. Bianca Belair, what can I say that hasn't been already said about you, honey? You tore it up. You've been tearing it up. I expect to see you doing the same thing. Words can't describe the joy I have watching what they've done for the better part of the year.
mhm.
Let's see what the
Hey,
next level is. I
hey,
think Jade
I,
becomes world champion in AEW. I think Bianca gets it back and she might turn heel.
She has to go heel before she wins it.
I agree. I have
I
to
feel
agree with
like she
Corn on that.
also needs to become a better wrestler.
Not really a wrestler. She needs to work on her expressions, the selling aspect, not dying out in the ring so much. The selling aspect, the best selling that she has done was that spot with Asuka because that she told, boom, mist was in my eyes in the past. And I said flat out, that was one of the best promos Bianca's given in a long time. When she
Oh,
was talking
definitely.
about my eyes were still hurting from the mist, her hands were still having the stuff to wipe it off, and they sold it in that match. I thought that was really well that they did this because it didn't really necessarily say that Bianca lost because of Asuka being better. She lost because Asuka one-upped her in the match. It made her look credibility strong. Same with Asuka. Asuka came in with the blue mist. I mean, it was a little different. Instead of spitting in her face, you in her hand, like kind of a different storytelling aspect. But it made Bianca matter. And I think it's same thing with Asuka. Like it really helped complete that match that they really did not do well in at WrestleMania, in my opinion. It's just because Bianca's selling is what is. I think with her having that title, as long as she kind of said, "All right, I don't need to do all of this because I'm the champ. My character is saying I'm the best. I shouldn't be getting knocked down and stuff like that. Like, I think that's something that she really needs to focus on. Go in there, work on your storytelling expressions. That's really the only thing I could really say is she really needed to work on.
I thought we were still talking about Jade. That's why I said wrestling.
Oh, Jade wrestling, yes. But I mean, Jade as a character, it kind of defeats the wrestling. And that's something that a lot of wrestlers have trouble at doing. But I've witnessed a couple of guys on the indies. They're terrible wrestlers, but they're all over the place because of their character. So, I mean, now, yes, I think Jade can go in and just recycle and just kind of like revamp what she's presented. Everybody, she could do one more extra move or something like that. Just make it as a storytelling aspect and not make it sound like she's the damn Terminator. That's what I would think.
Yeah. As far as Jade
Hey, what's wrong
Cargill,
with the
though,
Terminator?
I'm just saying. Bulletproof, bro.
as far as Jade Cargill, I really don't want her to become champion or women's champion just yet. I want her to, build it up. She just became she was just 60-0 as TBS women's champion.
You're going to get the
So,
Goldberg versus the Fiends part 2 in females.
Oh,
division.
goddamn.
So just to, put a belt right back on her. I wanted to just, dive into her and, and
Well-
build up her character and see what else that she can do. If she can get into a rivalry with another women's wrestler on the roster instead of just, going after a championship. Let's see what else she can do. We know that she was
Won't need the
undefeated
belt.
and she had the title for a long time. That's great. So what's
What,
next?
about a year,
What's
I
new?
think? A year and a half, maybe?
But just about a year and a half or so. So, I want to see what's next, though. I mean, we seen you go after a title, yeah. But
I really feel like for Jade, she just really needs to consider thinking about building a better move set that fits her before she decides to go into another title run.
I agree.
Just
I agree.
just from
So
watching
what
her.
kind of moveset are you referring to? I'm just
Like-
curious. I want to know.
I don't want her to have like, oh, I'm a giant. I need
Right,
her to
yeah,
have that middle size,
Evenly matched back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah.
that middle sized character fight. You know what I'm saying? Like she cannot continue on saying I'm a giant. I'm like she cannot be Bianca Belair. She's too stiff to be like her.
She go to New Japan, she won't be stiff anymore.
That's what I'm saying. She really needs to find someone that can really how do I say this? That can really put her
Adapt.
together correctly. Put her together. Yeah, exactly. Really put her together. Because if she gets the right person to do that for her, sky's the limit for her.
Danielson, Moxley. I mean, they've been working
training
with
her.
Well,
But,
they obviously ain't really training her the right way if she's still stiff.
Hey, look
I don't think AEW's trying to preach that stiff. You got to think, this is the U.S. version of the New Japan wrestling. That's the thing that they try to present with AEW. And I think that's what the presence they have brought for so long. And that's what also hurts them in the long run, too, when they do all these damn recycled moves consistently, because then it's like, okay, he's out. Now what's next? Like, they don't have a what's next back. Because if someone gets hurt, they're like, what are we going to do? Like, what's going to happen? All right, let's call Jericho. Let's figure this out. Like, those are the things that they really need to work on. Like, if they're going to be stiff, narrow down the moveset. Narrow it down if you're going to be stiff, because you can't be going 20 to 30 minutes if you're just going to do a stiff fest. Like, that shit doesn't work anymore, in my opinion.
And the no stiff moonset is the quickest way to getting hurt. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, that's the quickest way of getting hurt is being stiff. So, I mean, why would you even want to be that way?
I mean, I've gotten carried away before, but I won't say I'm full on stiff.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The thing about it is, like, for her, she's really not that big. That's the problem.
It's her
She's-
boots. Her
she's-
boots
they
are like
make
a
it-
4-inch lift on it.
Yeah, they make her seem like she's like 6'4", when she's really probably like 5'7", 5'8". You know what I'm saying? And her moveset is actually kind of horrible for her body frame.
Yeah, the high kick
Yeah,
and
'cause
all
she's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. She doesn't. Mav, I totally concur with you. If they don't do something to shift that up, one wrong move, and I mean it,
That's anyone though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but for her, it could be far worse than she realizes. She needs something. She needs to have a technical aspect to her. She needs to have. We know she's got the powerhouse shit down to a T. We need to expand her, like you said, her moveset. She needs a submission hold. She needs, don't use the same finish. Throw some new weapons into the arsenal. That's when fans are going to really start turning and going, fuck, I didn't know Jay could do that.
Mm.
I'm a
I
shark.
mean, for I
Damn.
mean for me, I don't know what particularly it is that Jay Cargill could need to really probably take her to the next level, whether it's a move set or whether it's change in her character or whatever it is. I know she got the look, she got the presence, she got the physique and
Bro, bring Marvel in
everything.
this. Get a sponsorship by Storm or some shit, man. Run
Say it
with
again.
that. That's
Say
it.
it
She needs
again.
to go just run with it, bro. Just
Yeah, it's
sponsored by
like
Marvel or something. Like, bro, come on. You can get an
like
easy
She
movie role on this shit.
she got
she
the
has a
presence
look.
even, and she also has the social media presence. It's just that she just got to put them all together. And like I just said, I just want to know what's next for her. How is she gonna bounce back? And what's that? So for Jay Cargill. So
For me, also just thinking about it, she reminds me of her moveset reminds me of Undertaker when Undertaker was on his way out. If she can go to, I want to say like American Badass Undertaker wrestling style, that
Ooh,
would be a little bit better for her.
that would be
If that
dope.
makes any sense.
It totally does, dude. That would be dope. But how do you introduce it? That's the $1,000,000 question. Because there
You
was a
gotta
way that Taker introduced it back then that made you continue to watch. So how does she bring that move set to the fans? Like, how would you introduce some of that style? I
yeah,
mean,
but have for her, she would honestly have to really work on. If she already has a social media presence, she already has the regular presence in general. For her, she really just has to be just like, you know what? I really gotta change my move sets. I really gotta, let me go out of my way to try something different. Let me go out of my way to try this hold. Get in the fucking weight room and actually work. You know what I'm saying? Don't work out your muscles, but work on your moves. Learn the submission, like you said. Learn a different finisher. Learn a different grapple, and I guarantee you, things for her will change.
oh, absolutely. And
okay.
that will make her that much more intriguing to see, especially if you put her up against somebody again like Athena or even Hell. I don't know if we saw them lock up yet. Mercedes Martinez, who we know is back from injury, so maybe you
Biggest
put.
thing is too, man. They gotta follow your opponent. That's the biggest problem I've got with a lot of them. Follow with your opponent. If you know your opponent's weaknesses, make that their advantage. Like, okay, okay, you can't take a clothesline. All right, we'll arrange. Do a hip toss, something like that. That's something like I would want to see more connecting with the audience with the matches and stuff like that. But I agree. I mean, Athena would be a good role model, a really good one to put her over and stuff like that. I mean, Athena needs a good run. I would love to see Athena finally pull one off on her. That would make me feel like, okay, they're treating this girl right now because now they're giving her a bigger chance opportunities. But I think Jade needs to go on a rough patch for a little bit,
Yep.
put her into like a different type of genre and make herself earn back up if they're going to plan on a title run anytime soon. Let her just take a little bit of the downfalls. Let her pay back, all those matches that somebody else has given them.
And,
That
I
would be
mean,
my
and
Yeah.
again, like you said, there's a lot of female wrestlers in AEW that could honestly use a push anyway.
Mhm.
So having Athena get a good run in, or there's just so many of them girls. Even the little fucking the pretty girl circle, whatever they're fucking called, would be even better. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those
like that
girls
pretty girl
actually can
circle.
wrestle.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah,
So, but yo,
like for real.
AB KB says Jade Moveset is good enough for the TBS title, but she needs improvement to be women's champion. I definitely agree. She definitely needs some improvement to be a women's champion
Forgot
though.
Britt Baker
From
had the title.
say it again.
I said y'all forgot Britt Baker had the title.
I mean, nah, we didn't forget it though. But I mean, as
But
far as Jade Cargill though, from her presence and her move set, I think she need to improve to. I think Britt Baker was way better than Jade Cargill as champion though. But
What's up, Court?
But Jay do need to take some notes from Britt. Shit, look at what the hell she did. Look how she changed. Britt Baker changed the wrestling game for AEW for women. Jade can do the same thing if she took some fucking notes.
yeah, she can. She can.
Just
All right.
gotta get out of that ego, man.
Anything else from Double or Nothing that stood out for you guys besides Jade Cargill losing the TBS
Bucks want
championship?
to do
I think
99
the
fucking
fatal
super kicks every match.
I literally just finished watching that match before we came on the air, and I seen
You
like
didn't miss a
pictures
thing.
floating
You could have
around.
fell asleep
Yeah,
and
I
literally
really
you would have
did.
woke up and it
The
was still the
first
same
10,
thing.
dude, it made me cut off the pay per
I
view.
felt like I
The
was
first
watching
10 minutes
NASCAR.
of the match, it was like the music was still going on. It was really anarchy
That
in the
was
arena, though.
stupid.
Like
That was
it
dumb.
was too much for me.
That was dumb. You don't have a band playing a song, playing music while fights going on. Like I could understand if they're doing like a stadium type thing, but when you put a band in a stadium like that, you want eyes on that band because that band's gonna feel like, all right, we're just recycled, listened over here. Like some will focus on us, some will not focus on the match. Some might focus on the match just because, oh, they're gonna be around us. We want to kind of watch out, gimmick with Moxley's crazy behind and all the
This
other
is
ones.
why
But
the
like,
first one last year worked so well. You didn't have the band. It was just a song playing on the fucking loudspeakers where it should have been to begin
well, it was
with.
in a stadium with no fans.
And it
You should have. That's what they should have done. They should have done this on a whole different building
See,
standpoint.
that's
Made
what I
that
was
a damn
thinking. But
comical type match.
See, it was easier for them to do that when they was at when they were in Florida. They had the football stadium for them to do the empty arena, anarchy,
Duval.
in arena. But this one, I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't think it should be in the main event. The fatal four way for the world title. I thought it was great. It was wonderful. MJF retained. I ain't seen no one else winning besides MJF, but that's
I
really it for me.
Darby could possibly pulling off the shocker to me.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all right now, them four pillars, that is the reason why they weren't in the main event. Darby, Sammy, and gosh dang it, no, hell no.
No,
MJF
he
had
had
proven
no
why he
business.
was the main eventer. And then that man took
Boring.
over on a headlock.
Warren, I'm going to say this for what it is.
That's
This
heel
is
move.
why they weren't the main event. Partially, you were right. But here's the problem. If I have the fucking book, by default, the World fucking Championship should be closing every motherfucking major show. And I'm talking pay-per-view.
That wasn't a
Okay.
pay-
Now,
That wasn't a pay-per-view worthy match.
Okay?
That's
Okay.
my
No offense,
Uh,
Anarchy in the Rules had no business being in the main event.
okay.
It should that match.
It was a
Well, we all know from that though. We all know the backstory of why the World Heavyweight Championship, the newly World Heavyweight Championship, opened up Monday Night Raw, and I want to get your thoughts on that. Being the first match of the night, we know Seth had to fly back to film the movie. But how did you feel about that? Even once they announced it, this is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship Finals at Night of
You gotta go
Champions.
fight Captain America.
We're gonna crown a new champion, but yet it opened up the show though. So what was your thoughts on that, Eric?
Okay, so first and foremost, I kind of anticipated that Seth Rollins would be champion, just given the draft and everything else. To me personally, this now puts Seth in the exact driver's seat he's been wanting for a long fucking while. Easy. When's the last time that you noticed that Seth had a shot at a main event of WrestleMania? The only time I can remember him being in the main event is the greatest heist of the century. That's number one. Two, if you've noticed over the years, and he said this in interviews, he's getting to a point where he feels like he's not the face of the company. You keep putting him in positions to be that don't do shit. Okay, that is what I'm quoting him saying, Lauren. Don't tell me different. To me personally, Seth now has the opportunity to really, really give a new generation, I guess, a unique look at what the World Heavyweight Championship and the lineage of that truly means. Now, do I like how the belt looks? No, I wouldn't have done it that way. I would have kept the big gold belt as is, done one minor change, which was the side plates, and that's fucking it. That little ugly ass globe in the middle looks like somebody took a gigantic dump on it. Call it what it is. Overall, I like the fact that Seth won. Now, you're going to have a lot of eyes on him, and it now makes Roman persona non grata in a way. Not saying that in the most literalist of senses. It's you can fucking go rule SmackDown. I'm the head boss around here on Raw. We now will have a defending champion, not some part-timer who got the Brock Lesnar deal of 2015 and 2016. Need I say more?
Okay. Maverick, what was your thoughts on Seth winning the World Heavyweight Championship?
I mean, the name
Man,
says it all, my guy.
Cancer. I think he earned his break.
The name says it all. But you know what? At the end of the day, man, the way Seth Rollins has been working, you could tell that they were looking to put a title on Roman from Shield days, but you could tell the real workhorse was Seth from Shield days. And you could tell he deserved it from everything that he has been doing. And even when Becky Lynch did her little Stephen A interview, she said it. Because, again, he was doing the fucking work. And then if we're going to be real technical about it, AJ Styles got drafted to SmackDown, and they wanted to really keep it on Raw. So if AJ Styles got the title, are they going to bring him over to Raw and leave his crew there, or are they going to give it to the person that's already there, already put in the work, already has it? Monday Night Rollins. Come on, like it was a layup. I mean, and then not to mention 2 weeks before the match even was said, there was some stupid shit on Google saying that, oh, Seth Rollins is Triple H's guy. Come on, that's enough. What more do you have to say?
Yeah. And it was confusing when
Seth when he turned on the Shield. So yeah, Triple H was the plan for that one.
Yep.
Well, to piggyback on what KB just said, I was scratching my head when Monday Night Raw came on, and AJ Styles came out there. Heard it was sort of a last minute decision, but yet the whole draft, it's kind of like pointless now that where you got a SmackDown Superstar challenging for the Raw Championship, and just so much of the chaos in between though. But I want to go to Christie's question real quick. She says, do you guys think that AEW should have Double or Nothing in a place like Atlantic City, New Jersey?
Well, I mean, why Atlantic City out of all places? That sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I guess the whole gambling Double or Nothing thing though. But one
if
question
they would do that, it would have to be in Vegas.
That needs to be strictly in Vegas.
That's what
That should be their full on Vegas show.
Just like how
it's like saying if you do the King of the Ring, it's got to be like an overseas area. Like it's got to be like representing the title of the thing.
I think King of the Ring should only be done in the UK. You think about Double or Nothing, it should only be done in Vegas because that's the number one casino spot. Because if that was the case, we can go anywhere that has a casino.
Atlantic City, Unica, where the casinos go to croak.
No, but I mean that's what Atlantic City don't have no real casinos. That's like saying they're gonna come to Boston to go to Twin River Casino or go to Encore. For what? What? There's nothing here. Don't nobody like coming to Boston.
I don't know, man. They might see your Instagram stories. You over there posting about them restaurants and stuff. They might just feel a little juicy for them burgers.
Hey man, listen. I do.
I ain't gonna lie. I
do
get a
it for
little
likes.
hungry when I look at your damn videos.
I do it for the likes.
It's like,
Warren, how
man.
do you? We were chatting also Saturday. No, go ahead, man. Go
Oh no. I was just gonna say something silly, but no, you in question mode, so you first, please.
ahead. I was just about to say, me and Warren was just chatting a little about it Saturday
Well,
afternoon.
you got PG version of me on that one because I have my kids
Yeah,
running on
yeah.
me outside. That's the only reason why Brian got his rant off. I won't even lie on
Let's
this shit.
let's
I
well,
won't
let's
even
get
lie on this shit. I have my wife and my kids on my side. I
well,
would have
let's
ate
get
his ass alive for the shit he was saying. Talking
well
about Cody didn't fucking deserve anything. Oh
Hey,
my
we gonna
god!
get to that. We're gonna get to that too. But what was your thoughts also on Seth Rollins winning the championship?
I mean, what is more to be said? Like Seth has literally been one of the workhorses of this roster lately. I mean, honestly, if Dolph Ziggler could be presented as a big superstar, this is Seth Rollins. Like I feel like this is if Pokemon fans, here you go. This is your highest form of the Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins. The dude that can move around, control in the ring, control the crowd, whatever, even though the man is completely over because of his fucking song. That's the only reason why we can consider him as an in-betweener, because people started humming his song and he's been going with it and is like, we've got him. We've got him. Because for the longest time, I said Seth Rollins has never been built to be a babyface. Now it's a back and forth standpoint just because people follow with his song, his moveset. It's still in a heelish form, but he also has got it like, and the fans go with it. Like it's just a different aspect with Seth Rollins on these things. And Seth and AJ, if it happens, it happens. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to complain about it. I think it makes a little bit cooler for the draft standpoint. Say, hey, if you want to get a bigger shot at something, boom, come over and challenge this guy. Like a Raw versus SmackDown type dilemma. Like I would love to see something like that. You could build into a big storyline with that. That can make way more audience, way more ratings, way more quantity just to build shows up in the near future. Now, do I believe AJ and Seth should instantly go first thing? No, because it was a clean finish. Now, if it was like a cheat mode or something like that, I would understand it. But right now,
Yeah,
AJ proved that he could have a full-on match. But
I
I
just
went back and forth on it just because, like how everybody said, they've got to be there all the time, defend that belt whenever it is. And Seth is now all of a sudden now getting into movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, maybe there's a reason why AJ got put into this story. And then obviously just the way the match went, it went match. I knew when it was the first match, Seth was winning. Just because homeboy's got to get back home. You got a kid.
You think about it. You think about it though. He got the title because he was the inaugural NXT champion.
Yep.
You feel
He's
me?
the first of most of them, yeah.
So he got.
He's getting the
first
moniker
of many.
like Shawn Michaels. That's what he's really is getting.
And if you think about it, wasn't he the first out of the Shield to win the title?
Yeah.
No, Dean was.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Roman.
Moxley won the Intercontinental title first.
No, I said heavyweight.
No,
title.
United
I think
States.
he
Oh,
was the
heavyweight.
first.
Roman-
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Seth
Okay.
was, then Roman,
Oh,
then
yeah,
me.
remember Seth took Romans
Yep.
and Pin
Yeah.
Roman.
So I mean, he has to like. I'm honestly like I have to say it, but Seth is that guy for WWE. He is that guy. When you think about, he's like a lot of people. I know this might sound crazy, but he is. When you think about wrestling, he is the Hulk Hogan of this generation.
You know what, Maverick? I want to piggyback off that. I don't want to cut you off. I saw something and you're making a great point, but I saw something on TikTok which explained things real well. There was like Roman Reigns, you know, as the rate that Roman is going
You
on.
got
There was
you
House of
got
Days
Warren
champion.
dying, you know.
Roman Reigns.
God
Ro,
damn.
Roman Reigns is the
Yeah, I
Hulk
love it.
Hogan
Yeah, so the
of the
finish.
old school generation, and Seth Rollins is the Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's
You know,
what I was going to say.
everyone,
He is the Macho
everyone
Man.
loved Hulk Hogan. Everyone loved Roman Reigns, but you got Seth over here is doing his damn thing
Roman's
over
the
too.
Iron Sheik
And I
right
thought,
now.
I
That's
thought
what
that was
Roman
the
is.
best comparison
What is
as well.
Roman
I feel
Because
Warren?
you look
like
at
that's
Roman
it.
is
you,
the number one
and,
bad guy.
and look
Period.
at and look how Macho Man came out, and you look at Seth Rollins. He was over the top. He was, with the glasses and doing his thing. And I think that was one of the best comparisons. But no,
That's
go ahead, Tim.
actually more accurate. Honestly, I
His
think you're
fucking
right on that
attire.
one.
What he wore
Um,
Monday is Macho Man completely.
the only reason why I said Hulk Hogan is because
Just because of
I
the
was
big
thinking
moniker.
about what people think about when you think about WWE old school. It's like they want that big wrestler, that one that's willing to fight. But then you look at it like this: Macho Man was that dude. Like I don't care what anyone says. I'll eat a Slim Jim any day of the week because of Macho Man.
Snap into that.
And most
Halfway
raising
to it,
prices, though, I don't know about that. It's like almost $10 a damn Slim Jim nowadays. God,
It really is. And
Go
they
to
still
7-Eleven.
they still like this big.
Yeah. But no,
Oh,
I
man.
mean, I see the
it's like a damn
comparison,
Pringle chip.
right? But it gets to a point almost where you sat there, and if you think about it, Seth isn't the only Triple H guy there. There's so many. You have KO, you have Sami
Just
Zayn.
snap
I mean, I
into a
could
Slim
list
Jim.
the number of them. But Seth was his first one. And it was fitting that Hunter put the belt on him in the ring and then let him have his moment. Monday on Raw, Styles congratulating him. Can't say good enough. To me, though, I do agree with Warren. The story kind of was like, wait a minute here. Why is somebody on SmackDown challenging him? It almost made it feel like, wait a minute, was this almost like that trade bullshit they pulled with Bischoff when he was still running Raw in the early 2000s and shit? Or some kind of mystique where you have a guy of another show pin the guy on Raw and then he comes over to Raw, but then you leave the other brand with jack shit. It's almost like I sat there going, why is this, to me, all of a sudden not making a lick of sense? If we're going to have a tournament, it should have been kept straight for Raw. And here's something that we're not mentioning, guys. Where's Drew McIntyre?
We all know he's having contract issues. He ain't coming.
Right.
They're not going to give it to him. They weren't going to give it to him because he was having contract issues. So
I'm
if you
saying
really think,
he could have been in the
if you
tournament.
really think, if you really think he was going to get that
Want him to
title,
lose first?
you're out of your fucking mind.
He could have lost in the semifinals, and he still would have been strong.
Do you remember they were all triple threat
No,
matches as qualifying, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about
So
that.
how would you have had Drew lose? You would have had to draw this storyline with Cody to win or something. You would have had to have bigger guys for Drew to lose.
The only thing I can see, if Drew was a part of the triple threat, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't been one of the
That means
guys.
Cody
just
would
like
have had to
Cody
been your
Rhodes.
main event in Night of Champions or
No,
something.
no,
Because that's the
no,
only
no.
way that would have worked.
No, they would have just came up with probably another triple threat match to where he wasn't the one who got pinned, just like Cody Rhodes didn't get pinned in his triple threat match. Brock
That's
Lesnar
the
came in and
Hogan.
took him out. So I'm not too sure with Drew though. I would love for Drew to come back with the heel mode and just go
and
straight
gold.
throttle.
Oh my God, that would fit him as a heel.
I think it would be great, and I'd love to see Drew McIntyre as WWE a world champion in WWE again because of the time that he became world champion in the pandemic. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out.
I honestly wish it just would have stuck to Raw for that title, where it would have had just a bunch of triple threats from Raw
That's what
instead of
Triple H said.
SmackDown.
But I think that was cool that they did that tournament because they did all the big showcase guys into that tournament. Think of it this way. Miz really got to show out in that triple threat. You had guys, AJ. When's the last time we've really seen AJ really have a real good singles run match to build to a title? I mean, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Like your main guys, like I think it made sense because it said, okay, your top guys from this brand can qualify for this title. Only if they win this title is if they can go to Raw. That's the only way.
I thought that idea was also great, but I thought it was another idea would have been having
Like a
some
March
of the
Madness.
younger. No, no, not necessarily, but having some of the younger, meaning like mid card talent in the World Heavyweight Championship, just giving them an opportunity to see what they can do. We know Edge, we
Okay.
know Rey Mysterio, we know AJ Styles, and I think it was Austin Theory or
Edge's
Sheamus.
promo.
We know all of those guys on
Damn,
SmackDown.
that was
That
dope as
promo
hell.
struck me. I was like, bro, Edge is
Are
winning.
great.
I really thought Edge was going to win, but from that promo, I was just like, dog, they could act. That would make sense if he was the first one.
I
In
mean,
ways.
just thinking about what Will's
Because he
saying, though.
retired with the World
If you
Heavyweight
have-
Championship.
Exactly. That's what I was going with on that because I was like, I'm not sure they're going to do with Cody. What they're going to do with that, but with Edge, that tells a story with it. Come back from the neck injury.
Yeah, but it was
But they-
also confusing because Edge was on SmackDown, and Triple H literally came out there and said, "Yeah, though." But the only confusing part was that Triple H said, "Yo, Roman, if he get drafted to SmackDown, which we knew he was gonna go to SmackDown, he's gonna stay on there. He got the WWE Undisputed Universal title on that show. So now on Raw, we got the new World Heavyweight Championship, and it's gonna be exclusively to Raw. Now." It just didn't.
There should have never
pan
been a
out.
unification last year, plain and simple.
Well, there
I mean,
wasn't
but
no
just-
other plan.
But just
They
going
didn't
off
want
of-
to.
Just going off of what Will said, though, with all the new talent that you had coming up from NXT, you should have had them in matches that highlighted what they were doing. Even putting one in each of those triple threats instead of having all those older superstars, putting some of the newer ones in that mix, just to give them a chance to actually show their skills. Because we've seen what they could do on NXT, but let's see what they could do in a big match like this.
I would see that on the Intercontinental US, not the heavyweight title. That's kind of like saying, okay, that's like, all right,
do
you
it.
tried.
I do it just because now it's building them a name.
It's building them a name, but what's it doing to the title?
What's it doing to the title? For me, honestly, it's even though they may not win, but it's also giving them the opportunity to be like, yo, I can be on this level if I work my ass off. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's really doing. It's not a he say. It's not a he say, oh, I can do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat AJ Styles. I'm going to beat Edge. No, it's going to be, yo, I have to, if I want to be on this AJ Styles and this Edge and this Seth Rollins level, this is what I got to do. Because look at how the Shield came about. They came in and started wrecking shop. You're not giving these new talents any time to come in and fuck shit up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That I think it would have been awesome for some of new talents or younger talents to be in the.
If Bobby didn't get hurt, we wouldn't have had a title unification match. If Bobby Lashley didn't get hurt, he was going to defend the title at that meeting. That's the only reason why they did the unification, because Bobby was hurt.
But didn't Bobby go on the WrestleMania?
Regardless.
But didn't Bobby go on to face Omos at WrestleMania?
Yeah, but it was very last
which was
minute. Remember, it was
stupid.
very last minute. It was very last minute because that was like they didn't understand when Bobby was going to come back. I mean, he had real bad shoulder injury. So it was like, they didn't have no other time when they were going to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, some wrestlers just bounce back. Bro.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the unification because I already knew it was going to land them in a spot like this. So, but from that matchup from the World Heavyweight Championship, Cody Rhodes took on Brock Lesnar, and I was going to say to Warren, man, you gave us the PG version. Can you give us the full version, I guess, of your thoughts on Cody Rhodes losing at
Bro, it was literally like watching Dusty Rhodes wrestle in a newer generation form with the cast. It did not make him look like a heel. That part pissed me off with that because I'm like, no, how does that make him a heel? He used it because, okay, boom, you broke my arm. I'm going to let you have this. Like you're going to earn this shot in your face. Literally, one thing I got to say about this match itself, Brock did not squash Cody. Cody brought Brock to his fucking limit. The reason why he lost is because Referee was just like, I can't stand to watch this anymore. I'm terrified for this guy. Cody is literally getting the run of his fucking life right now, regardless if he's winning or losing right now. The story at the end is going to all tell you in the end. This thing is literally showing you he's the fucking guy. He's the fucking guy.
Is he SmackDown or Raw? I can't remember. Is he SmackDown or Raw?
He's on Raw.
Oh, there you go.
That
just
my
said,
kids hear
so,
me. But still, like, literally, Cody and Seth, those are your Monday Night Raw guys, flat out. And you got these two drawn in. I still said it when I watched, Cody and Seth literally like Rock and Triple H. Those two literally were the next guys to really help the brand over because Stone Cold was out. So guess what? You had to have two or new guys in, Triple H and Rock. They carried the damn torch on this. Now you got Roman. Roman was your big main guy for the longest time. Guess what? You need two more guys to get there. Seth and Cody are your main guys. With Brock chasing Cody right now, it's building the story. Whatever we want to say about it or not, the matches really have not been that fucking bad, in my opinion.
No.
Cody has not looked jobbed out. Brock is not sitting here just throwing Cody like a damn saucer. Like, honestly, if you watch the matches between Brock and Roman, Cody looked stronger against Brock than Roman did. And that's with the broken arm and stuff like that.
That's
Just telling the story.
And the other thing I want to mention about it is if you look at it, notice how
that Dusty Rhodes persona, man, it was just fucking glorious.
Cody had what I'm going to call, and you can be pissed off, I'm not talking about what happened, but he had the Stone Cold Mania 13 moment at the end of the match. Yeah. And what this has now done, and it didn't need it, this now solidifies one thing. Cody is going to walk through hell.
Hard times.
To take what you want.
And now, I've been calling it.
Was I pissed at how the things went at Mania? Yes. But
we don't need to talk about that. Just stop.
Now,
Dre's already snickering over it. I've already heard enough of this shit.
What you've now done is prove that was just the catalyst to Philadelphia. I truly believe this goes to Philadelphia. And what happens is it can go one of two ways. Cody wins the Rumble. He can either choose to go after Seth or rectify what happened and cut down Roman.
Now, Eric, if we really, real fast, and then we really on the hard time story. Now, I wouldn't have Cody win the Rumble. I would have him, since now we got the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Universal, so it's two belts. Whoever wins the Rumble is going to take on Roman at WrestleMania. Cody.
No.
That's not how it works, Trey.
That's where we mess up. Switch it up. Gunther wins at the Rumble. He chooses to face Seth. Cody goes and earns his spot to go face Roman at WrestleMania, just like how Cena won the title.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was going to get to. He don't win.
Oh, you mean when they did it with Brad? Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he don't win it at Royal Rumble, but he got to go through Elimination Chamber to get his matchup with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year.
If Cody is in the Rumble, he does not go to
wait, let me
not do that.
No, hold on. But wait, you guys seem to forget we are missing one pivotal pay-per-view coming up. Money in the Bank.
It's going to be a heel that's winning.
He's going to win.
LA Knight.
Cody is going to. Only reason why I think Cody will win Money in the Bank.
No way.
Because they want him to cash in by SummerSlam.
Gunther
Gunther
will probably be in one of the main events at WrestleMania this year.
I agree, but
that's if he holds it still. If he still holds that Intercontinental title, he's gonna drop it by SummerSlam. First off, he will drop it by SummerSlam. If he wins Money in the Bank, he will drop it at SummerSlam, and then that's it. Whoever he fights, it's over.
See, I don't see Gunther winning it because Gunther is too strong. Like, Gunther don't need it though. He could slap your chest off, and he could win the world heavyweight title just
Did you
like that
just say
though.
slap
I
the tits
think
off? What the
yeah,
hell?
yeah, you know how Gunther will give you some chops and slap your whole chest off, man,
God
make it ring.
damn.
But
And then we're to talk to. Yeah, you know.
I don't see him winning it, but it would be awesome though. But I think his presence in the Imperium just stands alone, just on that, and him being the longest reigning IC champion in a long time. The reason why I say LA Knight is like I feel like he's the under. Besides that, I'm
So
just being
here's
a
the way
little
you can do
biased.
this. Gunther drops the Intercontinental title at Money in the Bank, puts himself in Money in the Bank, just like Lesnar did last time that he won.
Oh,
Injure the
I
person,
remember that.
makes it
That
win.
was
Because
good
guess what?
shit.
It works. Gunther is a bad guy. He has a group to win it for him. You could have a story with it back in, and you could even get the Imperium more involved in this storyline with that standpoint.
I'm not saying I totally disagree, but I think Imperium is on the right track, and I just think Gunther could
Hey, man,
stay Intercontinental
it's
Champion
not going to
until at
work for
least
Gunther if
late
he
this
wins it.
year.
They are
Yeah,
kind of on the right track where they
it,
don't really need any help. You're
he,
right,
Don't
yeah,
want
he
Dustin.
Cody and
really,
Seth again. You want
yeah, you don't
somebody
want that,
newer
but
to go with Seth.
Gunther
Gunther
is
is your guy.
like we just said, he's on a
Okay,
roll.
that's
I
hanging
wouldn't
against Gunther
necessarily
because
put
Gunter's
it on
a
him.
monster.
Gunther is not facing Roman.
Thank God.
Like,
That
and see,
man's
that's
going
what
to
I'm
slap.
saying. See,
Thank
this is
you,
what I'm
It's
saying. We
Jesus.
also got to remember that we got the World Heavyweight Championship now.
You
So
think Roman
whoever
going to take
cashes
them?
on, whoever cashes in, they probably won't cash in on Roman. They probably will cash in on Seth
See why
Rollins.
Roman ain't going with
So,
Brock anymore. He's tired of them damn suplexes.
okay,
Suplex City, bitch.
hey,
real
Hey, man.
fast,
We could
real
all get
fast.
mad at Stone
Warren,
Cold for that.
before you
Warren,
guys
Warren.
go, before you go on, Dre, that was a funny pun you said there when you said he was on a roll. It just made me laugh, because Dre on wheels on a roll.
God damn.
Hey,
Dad,
man. We're trying to score a Hot Wheels deal
Hey.
for him, okay?
dad joke alert.
Okay.
Way to go.
Warren said real fast. Warren said Gunther. Eric, who you predict maybe early that will win Money in the Bank?
Shit.
That's a good
I
one.
mean,
I need to
Gunther,
see the full participants.
Gunther, Cody, and
Ooh.
LA are the three that are the most logical. But we all know that there's a propensity for the Money in the Bank for sometimes some of the biggest swerves. We saw it with Brock.
You're right now. If Cody
As
wins
the
the Money in the Bank, he's going to be another Cena with it. It's got to go with the hard time story.
I'm telling you, man. For the hard time story to work, Cody Rhodes don't win Money in the Bank. If he does, someone
He
costs
has to
him Money
lose
in the
it.
Bank. He have to lose it. He
Who
have to lose it.
qualified so far?
Ricochet is the only one who qualified.
Yeah, we know
And
that ain't
when
Shinsuke, right?
SmackDown, no,
It
no, no,
wasn't Shinsuke?
yeah, Shinsuke also. Shinsuke, Ricochet, and on SmackDown this week, LA Knight gonna take on Montez, which I'm thinking LA Knight is gonna win. So that's LA Knight, Ricochet, and Shinsuke.
I mean, they want to
And
do something big with LA Knight. You had the thing with Bray Wyatt, and then I'll leave it at that. But
Hey,
yeah,
it might be Montez. You saw what he did
yeah.
Bro, take it this way. Bianca's
Oh, I
not
agree.
have the title anymore. You could change this thing up. Bianca could start going with Montez a little bit. He gets on a good win streak. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
I
Change
could
it
see
up.
that. I could definitely see that, Warren. And the thing of it is to me, there has to be a bit of something's got to give for Cody. But the reason I might go with somebody like LA Knight is the guys in the back, the powers that be in the back want to do something with this guy. But the problem is you're almost in a situation. I hate to use this analogy, where almost you have a big name talent. You got no fucking clue what I'm gonna do. You're in a catch-22. You tried the Dupree bullshit, and that's what it was. It was bullshit. It did not fit him. It should have never happened. Okay? For me, LA Knight is the You
It's like watching Theory win
Dark
win it again. That just
Hey,
it's.
Jim.
I don't know.
I think Shinsuke's not. Ricochet, who knows? Personally, LA Knight, Cody, and Gunther are the only three guys I could think of right now that are the logical choice. And for
You
me,
also have to realize that Gunther may not even be in this Money in the Bank.
He drops the title, gets involved right after Brock. Remember what Brock did? Brock lost to Bobby, then got put into this damn thing.
What
He
put
Look at-
himself in the
at
Royal
will.
Rumble.
he wasn't even announced for it. He just showed the fuck
Just
up,
showed up.
knocked a few motherfuckers around, knocked Mustafa Ali on his ass, climbed the ladder, took the briefcase.
Wait,
See,
what's
but
bet you that's
Gunther,
how it's
I
going.
don't think
Mustafa.
Gunther, and knowing Gunther
And
and,
I could
how
see
Gunther is,
doing it.
but knowing
Walter.
Gunther and how he is and how the mat is sacred, I don't really see him cheating his way to slide in. You know,
It's in
which
his
listen,
area.
I understand he is hell, he could do it, but you know, I don't know. We all can find out, man. Look at you might change my mind.
Who knows?
Sometimes
William
guys-
Regal might win it for goodness sakes. We don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
I just don't think he'll be in the Money in the
I
Bank.
pick
For me.
Hornswoggle to win. Maybe Lil and R-Truth will go in and win it.
Before we wrap it up and head on out of here, we got to give everybody thoughts on the
R-Truth will hurt everybody.
Jimmy Uso turning on Roman Reigns at the end of the night, the
So
champion.
good.
So I got to hear everybody's thoughts on this. Whoever wants
To
to go
the end of the road.
Let's give it to Eric because I know he got a long speech waiting for.
Oh
us
no!
about this one.
I'm gonna say this for what it is. Roman, I've been wanting to say this for 6 months because I knew it was coming. Roman Reigns, you got knocked the fuck out, bitch. Not once, but twice. It was glorious. Glorious. This was the perfect moment. And when it happened, go to Twitter. Go to Twitter. Because guess what happened? Here's what happened. Rikishi says enough. So that tells you the elders are pissed off. So now we're going to get that layer of the story, which intrigues me. But Roman Reigns, you got knocked the fuck out, bitch. That's what you get for pushing Jay. And the funny part is, we're having flashbacks to Hell in the Cell 3 years ago, and it was bitter fucking sweet. Perfect icing on the cake. It's that simple.
Okay. All right, man.
I must say it's about fucking time to be honest with you. It's
Oh,
about
you gotta
time
do that. Oh,
because Karma is a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying?
here comes the boom.
And Karma showed her ugly face on Roman that night, and it was about time because it was only so far you can push an Uso before it was over. I honestly feel like I'm glad it was Jay, but it was Jimmy, but I wish it was Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Or even a double super kick would have been fucking amazing.
Heyman would have sold that huge.
That's coming, though. I feel like that's coming.
Like a double super kick ending it all. I don't think it's the end of the story. I think it's just the start of them getting ready to fight in a tag team. Where Roman and Solo versus the Usos.
I don't think Solo turns on the Usos. That's
you got to be out of your mind. He's not going to turn on Roman. It don't matter if it's his brother or not. He's the enforcer. Whatever Roman asks is what's head. You know what I'm saying? Roman holds the belt.
Yeah, but somebody made this theory up, and I was like, okay, I'm interested because Solo didn't, necessarily was recruited to join. He was sent by the elders. So then he was sent by the elders, and the only way we could see Solo turning on Roman Reigns is,
if the elders say so.
If Roman, starting to do what he do to his brothers, and it backfire on Solo in a way. That's the way I can see Solo.
Well, look what happened when we bumped into him the other night.
Yeah.
I
Roman
don't
I
got
think
love how
scared.
they seconded it. That was the best part. They took the hit. He was like, "Did I just do that? That felt so good. I'm doing this for you. You should have done this a long time ago. Boom, do it again." And the way
because it's the
Roman sold
truth,
that,
though.
perfect.
Look at.
That was
I must
basically
say
just
though.
like anybody could relate to this story. Mav, any of us could go. Enough
I
is
must say
enough.
though. Paul Heyman turned Jay into a fucking monster. He turned him into main event Jay.
Damn.
Because you
It's the
already know
expressions.
Paul Heyman was writing them storylines for them, and you already know he turned main event Jay into something else.
Them and
And you cannot
Jason Jordan.
you cannot tell me I'm wrong about Paul Heyman and how he is with his people. When he's with you, he is with you to the fucking end. And whatever he did with main event Jay, perfecto.
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
It was awesome. I think how it all played out for it to be Jimmy, because when we seen in the beginning when Roman was just Universal Champion and Jey Uso said, one thing I want to say, I feel like it's a deep layer also to this story between Roman Reigns and Jey
Sami
Uso, which
Zayn's popularity.
no, I don't even think it is. I think for real, I
No,
think
I'm
Roman
saying
Reigns
it's
is like
died down insanely. It's died down unless they went into that area. I think, this was the
no,
payoff for Sammy and Kevin
no,
to finally beat Roman.
hold on before I lose my thought. I just don't think so real fast. You said Sami Zayn and it's kind of like throwing me off. But for shit, see now I'm just thinking I'm forgotten my thought now. You
Damn it.
said Sami
That's
Zayn
why we
and
need a
I'm like,
season
what are
finale.
you
We
talking
got to
about
think
Sami
about this
Zayn
stuff for
for?
later.
Okay, yeah, like come on. You talking about Sami Zayn and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about Sami
Well,
Zayn
Shiz
for?
ain't here,
Right?
so I gotta put somebody.
Uh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What you were saying.
You
I
know
done lost
better.
my thought.
I'm just messing with you.
I done
Man, now
lost
you
my
got
thought.
Will's brain spinning.
I knew I smelled sulfur.
No,
Repent.
all right, Dre. I think it was something with Roman, something with Jay, or something like that. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah. Roman and Jay. I want to
Look at
say.
that. I got you.
I want
Hot
to
tag
say.
me.
The way it's all playing out to be how it is. I think it's perfect. The way Jay in the beginning how Jay what I'm saying that's what I was thinking of. Okay, now I got it right. The deeper story I feel like is that Roman Reigns is either paying Jay's kids tuition or he's paying like he's because he said he put the food on the table. He's the one being the head of the table. And back in 2020, I believe it was 2021, where Jay Uso was like, man, why can't I, do the same thing for the family? And you fall in line because I feel like beyond the beyond the mental abuse that Roman Reigns is putting on Jimmy Uso and Jay, I feel like it's something way deeper than that because I don't think it's just like yeah, you fall in line and you just playing your part and you main event
They've got a way to
Jay
extend it
Uso
all
or
out.
something like that.
They've
Yeah,
got
I
so
feel
many
like
ways to put it in there. So many.
yeah, I feel like it's more
Right.
way it's a little deeper than that. Like I feel like Roman and Jay got something going on that nobody knows of. Because even Jay looked at his brother Jimmy when Jimmy super kicked Roman was like, "What are you doing?" Even they even caught the moment where he was calling him Joe by his real name.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
what I said. Yeah,
that
they want to make
that
that
right
real.
there, yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. He like Joe, like I feel like it's something. The layers is going to get deep, and I feel like that's going to be the ending to the story. But when Roman and Jay go against each other, but Jay got to win, in my opinion.
You got a way to make this story extend so much more, like how we just talked about. Great example. Blackheart, we made it very famous, but we're going to talk about it. Lion King. You think, we finally eliminated Mufasa. Scar brainwashed everybody, following with him for the longest time. Simba comes back, boom, makes you realize, hey, this is the bad guy. He killed our king. He done this stuff. We're going to get that the rest of this year, I feel like. That's how you're going to get this storyline. Anyways, Simba might be Sam, or actually might be Jay, because Jay was the first one to go with it, whatever. But now, like how you just said, you have so many programs that can go with this. the ending factor is going to be when Roman finally loses. When he's by himself, can he do it by himself? That is going to be the full-on story. That's where he's going to lose the title.
I feel like
I
Jay
think it's The Rock whooping his ass. I think
that's what I'm saying. That's why I picked Gunther and Cody at WrestleMania, just because that makes a scenario, just because of what that is. Because
here's where
Rock
I
ain't got
think it
much
can
longer
play.
to go.
Here's
And
where
he
it
ain't
can
got no
play
movies.
into how we pull this off. The way you could pull it off is, okay, Cody wins the Money in the Bank. We go to WrestleMania. Roman's put the belt on, doesn't have to put the belt on the line against The Rock because it's not needed. Rock whoops Roman's ass. 1, 2, 3. Roman's still discombobulated. Cody comes out and goes, "Fuck you, bitch. I'm taking back what you stole from me last year, asshole." Boom. Sneak attack with the briefcase, knocks Roman on his ass, ring the bell, fuck him up a few moments. 1, 2, 3, new champion.
I say yes and no on that. So what you should do with this match?
I do like the part that after he
Rock
supposedly
wins.
lost to when Roman lost. No. I'm not a fan of Rock winning over Roman. I want Roman to win
I'm done.
in that match.
I'm done.
I mean,
You did not just say I'm done.
because
I'm
it
done.
tells
Season
you
finale.
but-
I'm
but-
gonna-
okay, all right, back to my point.
You stop it.
I do like the part
Quit
that Roman loses, that what Eric says, and then Cody comes out there and cashes in and be like, "Yo, man, I'm going to finish the job that I lost at WrestleMania this year." I do like that part. It's kind of like,
Where's my video?
you got knocked the fuck out, kind of like, and I'm back, with the revenge. So that's the only part I do like.
You stop that.
I don't think
I'm hurt.
To be honest,
Team
with you,
Raw just disowned Dre.
I really don't.
You're
think
not
The
Team
Rock
Bring It
is
no more,
WWE
Dre.
No more. I think The Rock had his run. I don't think he needs to give Roman any more of a rub than what he needs. I don't think he needs. I don't think Roman really needs that. And The Rock definitely doesn't need it. I mean, America already loves him from his movies. What more do they need from The Rock? What more does WWE really need? They don't need star power. They have enough.
Hey, I agree. And the only reason why I say I don't agree because I'm a huge Rock fan. But yeah, I definitely agree.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I am though. I am though. I'm just saying, as far as the
He's a huge fan, but
storyline.
he wants The Rock to lose. What kind of fan are you?
That's all bullshit, Dre.
Huh?
Come on, man.
I'm a Rock fan, but The Rock needs to lose.
Yeah, as far as
The Rock
creative
needs to
though.
lose to Roman.
Yeah, as
I'm
far
The
as
Rock.
creative though, like I mean, I love The Rock though. I'm talking about story wise though, it don't make sense for The Rock to win because The Rock is in Hollywood and he's
The
not
story
going to be like,
is going to be until for this Jimmy versus Roman at Money in the Bank. Jay as your freaking special guest referee gives that dictator spot. Which side do you choose? There is a good way to start this thing out.
Or it drags out where Roman fights Jimmy first.
That's what I'm saying. Jay is going to be the ref.
Then Jay gets no. Their father will be Rikishi will be the ref because they're going to bring him into. I guarantee you, somehow, some way.
At the end of Money in the Bank, I think Rikishi's going to be there.
I think Rikishi is going to show up this Friday because he said that, you want everyone to be there. Sort of similar what they wanted to do with the Tribal Council or the Tribal Celebration before the Royal Rumble. So I guess they're going to try to do something similar to that. But hey, we'll see.
We only know. We can only keep having assumptions. That's the sad part.
I can't. I am honestly gonna say there's so many directions you could go with this, and I love this storyline because honestly, it's probably the best storyline in wrestling in general right now. And if you can tell me any other one, please tell me what you can do because I don't know any other storyline that can go in multitude of directions right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I know I win. All right, king me for that one. But it's easily going to be the best finisher for I want to say for WWE when it finally does finish.
I mean, think of like what Cena said, man. Like Cena was known. His intention was to put guys on the map, build them up, make them look as a superstar. He honestly said he couldn't do that. Roman has done that with Jay. When have any of us ever thought Jay Uso could be a main eventer? That run was amazing.
That's what
Jimmy
I'm saying.
Jimmy
That
has
whole
now
pandemic-
finally looked at somebody, and you're not just looking at him like, oh, I remember you off of Total Divas, and not just as a tag team guy. Like, you literally looking at Jimmy like, Jimmy can go. Jimmy is a guy.
That whole pandemic
Sammy.
pandemic is what did it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with
So-
Everybody that Roman has faced, he has really made more showcased in a way.
I want to say this. Mav is right. The pandemic really did that.
If anybody
You
wants
think
to
about
remember,
it, we weren't
one heel to
watching
ever do
anything,
that,
yeah.
Triple H or Ric Flair. You always went to a show to see if they would get beat every time.
That's how you got your ass put every 18 inches. You wanted to see who it was going to be to whoop their ass.
I mean,
Alright,
that's why this
man.
WrestleMania was one of the #1 draws, because somebody they thought could win it and take over on it. Sadly, obviously it didn't happen, but I see the reason now, whatever. But
Yeah, right.
it makes you draw money to go and see these matches. And like with Roman coming off and on to the show, it makes it even more impactful. When Roman shows on TV, ratings are jumping off the roof. I mean, when the hell have anybody ever watched the FX channel? And then you hear Roman's going to be on TV. Guess what? FX is going to be one of your #1 cable shows that day. Like, literally, it's
Yeah,
just the
one of your
fact of
networks.
what that impact that he does. And that's something that is showcased not only the talent, but the overall brand. Even though if that's the only storyline you have, guess what? That is what you're going to watch. You're going to watch that Raw or that SmackDown just to see where that storyline's going to go.
Yeah, you're
So, I mean, it's been so good at what they've written on this thing. Really well.
Mhm.
If you think about it, every storyline that was good for WWE has been ruined somehow, some way. But as soon as Triple H let this storyline run the right way,
Especially
I
when
mean,
he
what more
changed
can you
with
ask?
Sammy. Because Sammy was only supposed to be a one-hit wonder off of it.
exactly. And look at how it changed the whole dynamics of WWE,
Roman-
though.
Just remember
Everybody-
these words: feeling oozy. That
If you-
set over the top.
If you think about it,
Look
though,
at Kevin Owens.
SmackDown's
Kevin Owens.
ratings alone, SmackDown's ratings alone probably went up just for this storyline. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I also want to say that since someone said something about unification of titles, the unification of the tag titles need to fucking end. I'm done. I'm done watching.
Not with a
two
babyface
belts.
one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that they're gonna unify both of the titles and come up with one title, and I'm thinking they're gonna do that with the women's title as well, because I don't know what way that they can possibly have Asuka get the
R-Truth and Lil
SmackDown
Jimmy
title
vote for tag team
from-
champs.
from Rhea Ripley and have Rhea Ripley get the SmackDown title from Asuka. So,
Asuka has the Raw
I'm
title.
done.
Asuka has
Yeah.
the Raw title, and Rhea
Yes.
has the SmackDown. So
Yes.
right
But they're
now,
on two different fucking brands.
no. Rhea, they all got drafted to SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying. I
And
think
then-
Austin's going to Raw now. I think. I don't
And
know.
Asuka was already drafted to Raw. What
No,
they
no,
were
no, no.
trying to
Asuka-
do
no,
was
no,
get
no, no.
that.
Asuka was on
no,
SmackDown.
Asuka was on Raw and she was drafted to SmackDown. So now she's on SmackDown with the with the Raw heavyweight,
Raw
Raw
yeah.
women's
But
title. And
I must say, it was honestly, it needed to happen because they needed to get that Raw title over there. And right now, with the storyline with Becky Lynch couldn't have it. Charlotte Flair is gone, even though she got drafted to Raw. We all don't. Every time she loses, she disappears anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter with her. So the only other working champion is Asuka. So you give
Yeah,
it to her. Why?
'Cause she's
Because
Blueface.
you know she's gonna go to Raw and she's gonna fucking work.
She's
okay,
Blueface.
so basically, so she been drafted to SmackDown. So you saying she's just gonna go over to Raw now that she has the Raw Women's Championship? So
she got
what-
Who
so-
else is there though? Who else?
So is
Can I ask one more question before you go on? Who else is on Raw that you can trust with the Raw Women's Champion?
Rhea Ripley, but she has the SmackDown Women's Champion
She's
though.
on SmackDown.
No, Rhea Ripley is on Monday Night Raw.
It would have
Yeah.
been
Are you
Alexa
tell-
Bliss, but
I
Rhea's
thought-
on
I
Raw.
thought-
Yeah, that's what I'm
Rhea's
saying.
on
Rhea,
Raw.
no, hold on, no. Rhea is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's on Raw. Asuka
Rhea's
is
on
the
Raw. Judgment Day altogether is on Smack.
Yeah,
They're
no,
supposed to
no,
be
no,
on
no, no,
Smack.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking
all-
Judgment Day is on SmackDown. That's
no,
why I kept
Judgment.
saying she's
The whole
on SmackDown.
entire Judgment Day is on Raw.
They're on Raw,
Rhea
okay.
Ripley is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's on Raw. Asuka is the Raw Women's Champion, and she's on
She's on
SmackDown.
Smack. Yeah.
So they
So
might
it's
do the stupid Becky Lynch and fucking Charlotte Flair thing. Oh, here's the title type shit. Like they did. I can switch it over.
I called it. I'm
That was
telling you,
Becky's
that's
idea.
do it
how
that
it's
way.
right. You wait.
That
That's
was
what
Becky's idea.
you want to know. What though? I'm gonna say this. Alexa Bliss would have been able to hang, but she's pregnant.
Shout out to
Alexa,
Alexa.
congratulations, sir.
Right?
Congratulations.
Congratulations to her. Congratulations to her, but like, bro, she can't even hold a storyline together long enough to hold a fucking title. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Don't ever do that again. The only good or greatest storyline she ever fucking had was with Bray Wyatt, and that's because fucking Bray Wyatt put her ass on his back. Fuck out of here with that shit. You gotta be crazy. You think she can hold a fucking belt? Can't even hold a fucking doll long enough to fucking run a good storyline.
Well, damn, Matt, tell us how you really feel.
I'm just being honest. I mean, it's like she's pulling a Charlotte Flair every fucking time she loses. She
Or you
fucking
in her
disappears.
DMs and she said no.
No, here's my thing, man. I'm a huge wrestling fan, bro. But
No, I'm
every
just-
time you fucking lose, bro, and you disappear, you are disrespecting my fucking love for wrestling, and you're disrespecting everyone else's love for fucking
With
wrestling.
Charlotte, though, it's different because she had a miss.
Charlotte Flair don't fucking.
It's painful,
Bro,
bro.
she's been doing it way before she got with Andrade.
Oh, that's
She's been
true.
disappearing.
I agree. Charlotte's
So-
different. I agree.
Charlotte Flair is not. She's not different. She's not different. She's just like, if you think about it, she's the female Brock Lesnar. Every time Brock Lesnar loses, he disappears for a little bit, then he comes back. Or, if she gets a title, she
Don't you
wrestles
think they've
every
earned
other
it?
pay-per-view.
I'm just
Really,
speaking on a
you're
wrestler's
not-
perspective. I'm speaking on a wrestler's perspective on this.
On a wrestler's perspective, they might have,
I mean,
but you're not going to call yourself.
I'm not
a
doing
wrestling
show
champion
after
and
show
not
like
be
I
there.
used to. I'm doing every other month for a show now. Just
But
because,
if you're gonna call yourself, but if you're gonna call yourself a working champion, fucking work. Don't say you're not a working champion and not show up. That's why it's called work, because you come to work to work.
Where are you right now?
All right, man. Hey, look here. Hey, this has been a great show. We about to get to some final thoughts, man. Anything you guys want to get off your chest, man? Now, obviously, Maverick got it off his chest about Alexa Bliss. Eric the Joker or Warren Marlowe, before we wrap it up here on the season finale episode of Commission Talks. And we will definitely be back, you guys, man, to chat all things wrestling and more this coming fall. But like I said, before we go, we got final thoughts. Eric the Joker, thank you for joining us, man. We had an incredible
welcome
season.
back.
You know,
Thanks
what
for
you've been on.
this.
And Warren
To
Marlowe.
say thank you, Warren, Dre. Let me tell you something. It was an honor to do what I did while I was here. I learned a lot. We had a lot of fun. Created a little chaos. I want to shout out to the boss man himself, Shiz. Love you, brother. Thank you for everything that you do. You know I got your back. And stay tuned for season 3 of the Asylum. I'm just gonna say this: the season premiere you don't want to miss, because it's been long overdue. This victim of my chair, David Meltzer, your ass is mine, boy. And if you missed last week in wrestling, if you missed CNC Connection, if you missed our Asylum, you gotta go to the network and check out the archives and all the previous episodes and get your fix while we on break. But we almost forgot something. Warren, don't we got a sponsor?
Oh, I'll let y'all do that one. I always get in trouble because everybody keeps combining ours. But yeah. That's that W energy. I try to get Dre on it. I told you, man, if he got that W in his system, that man be flying out here, bro.
Hey,
He be
hold
flying on
on.
wheels, okay?
a whole lot of new stuff, man, coming to the podcast, man, this fall. So
But type in
yes,
promo
man.
code Buzzing Marlow, get 10% off. Or you can do
Guys,
this as
thank
well.
you.
Yeah,
However
Mom.
y'all do it.
I just want to say thank you for having me. I really appreciate you letting me come on Commission Talks and talk my shit.
Hey, I appreciate you.
I was really hoping we see you sell a car too, but hey.
See, hey, listen, you're not gonna see. Yo, listen, I be hiding, but when I be on the Commission Talks,
That's
I
that
be hiding.
multitask, baby.
I be sitting here finding a whole different little spectrum in the office to hide to do this show because I don't want to fucking work. That's why I get excited when you guys let me come on.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
definitely.
work,
Hey
I don't want
man,
to work. So thank
I
you for
love
having me.
this, man. Yeah, absolutely. Like honestly, guys, me and Dre and Shiz formed this thing about 2 years ago. Like literally, it's crazy to believe we just done this just to try to not only expand our groups and stuff, but just kind of like show a collab for people that really wanted to grow. And you know, me, Shiz, and Dre all formed just based off of anybody who's done the Facebook groups. Hey man, you listen to mine, I listen to yours, whatever. Dre called me out on his. He's like, hey man, hope you listen to mine. It's pretty dope. Just to let you know. And I like struck me different. I was like, hey, that's somebody I can connect with. And bro, like we've been back and forth on this. And then when we formed the commission, it's been something that's been really something cool, bro. Like I literally say, you know, I've never seen Dre or Shiz in person, never seen any of y'all in person, but I could really say like this is legit a collab that really has grown, excelled more than what we could have thought. You know, with mine and Shiz's crazy antics back and forth, I'm pretty sure that's been some fun moments as well. I know even though he gets mad at sometimes, but he could even tell you like that's some of the fun moments of this group for him too. Dre, just overall, like all of us just being able to connect and make this group has been something really awesome. So Eric, like I said before, man, it was cool to have you definitely be in the editor edition, you know, to sit there, help out, you know, from Blackheart's but it was just like it was something you brought something different to the table. You brought your characteristic standpoints. Like I used to joke with it. Being Blackheart, the two damn dogs that you're throwing a bone, who's gonna fucking go for the end first? Like that's literally what it was. Dre's just sitting there like this. Y'all do
Yep. All
whatever.
right.
Had that.
Y'all got this, but y'all just wait. When y'all talk about them divas, I got y'all's ass. But it's like literally like those things, like it's just so many different connections that we have had to build. And not only that, put the pod mob in here as well. Give y'all another expansion stuff because y'all are starting to see more grasp of what it is when you're growing this podcast standpoint. Especially you, Maverick. You've went in, you've come in here and spit your stuff. Some stuff you might have already felt like you know, but some stuff you also go like, maybe they're right. Like that's something really cool to see. Something like it's just open-minded, and you're not gonna get roasted basically on your opinion fully. We'll say fully.
Yeah.
But
I don't mind getting roasted. It's just I don't mind. First off, I don't want you guys to know I don't mind.
Well, I love stirring the pot
at all. And the only reason why
I'm in here every day doing this.
And the only reason why I don't mind getting roasted is because sometimes my ideas do be outlandish. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you being checked back into reality does work. And being in commission talk since I've been on the show and I've been here, I honestly can say this has been the best place for me to actually say some ideas, get them off, and be like, all right, hey, this might work, but what they're saying might work more. Like, because, you know, in a room full of 11 people, I mean, we're all saying the same shit pretty much.
Hey, man.
Feels, baby.
You guys got it, man. Appreciate it for real. Thank you, Maverick, for also coming on the show. Eric the Joker, Warren Marlowe, my guy, man, the host of Buzzing with Marlowe. The season finale episode of Commission Talks will be back this fall. But yo, you guys, man, everyone gave their final thoughts. For myself, man, definitely check out the 11:30 podcast. Talk Pro Wrestling. New episode will be back next Friday. I myself will be going on break in about 2 weeks. So I'll keep everyone updated on my social media accounts at the 11:30 podcast, wherever you get your podcasts is at, and follow me on social media. But like I said, this has been a great one. About to head on out of here. Stay safe, stay blessed, man. And we're going to keep chopping it up. Wrestling and more. Thank everyone for tuning in. Until next time, you guys, we out, man.